The moment the other countries in Europe found out that the Dutch were having such a nice time at the Cape of Good Hope, they also wanted to come and have a chance. Of course, to make colored people. And so one by one, the great countries of Europe invaded us and brought everything for their own comfort, their language, their music, their culture, their art, but none of their democracies. Who came after the Dutch? The French Huguenots, Franse Huguenoten, drunk. You had to be drunk to end up in Franschhoek. Then, of course, the German settlers arrived. And, of course, the German settlers invaded us because Germans must invade, otherwise we think they're Swiss. The Germans invaded, but they brought something very valuable, the recipe for sausage, Wurst, leading to the cornerstone of Afrikaans culture, boerewors, or as some of my English friends says, haggis with a sense of humor. The moment the German settlers had moved into Tamboerskloof, never to be heard from again, the British Empire woke up to the fact that the Cape of Good Hope was an important halfway house on the sea route to India. And so in 1795, the British invaded and brought something incompatible to the European way of life here at the Cape. They brought English cooking. Can anyone explain English cooking? It's a contradiction in terms. I mean, bread and butter pudding. Do you know we couldn't even give it away to the prisoners on Robben Island? Toad in the hole, yes. Para in die gat, nee. And then Spotted Willie, Spotted Billy, no, I'm not going to say it loudly. How does a decent woman order that in a restaurant? Spotted Dick. By now, the Dutch settlers at the Cape were known as BOERE. They saw this British invasion as a total onslaught against their independence, their self-respect, and their sense of humor. Three things that the Afrikaners never had at the same time. And so, rather than learn English and communicate with the hated enemy, they decided to just pack up everything and go on a great trek. Can you imagine? Packing up everything they'd worked for so long, their little farms, the cat, the dog, the sheep, and the mule, packing them up into their tiny little ox wagons, because they didn't have enough money to buy the big ones. These were like the Volkswagen Golfs of the day, because you must remember, the Afrikaner has always been very poor, very, very poor, till 1948, but before then, very, very poor, generically and genetically, very, very poor.
Evita, Evita, and you know what we mean. Evita, Evita, always on the scene. Evita Bezuidenhout, Evita should be queen.